Alright, welcome back, guys, or welcome if this is your first time here. I'm Vision here with Blind Entertainment, bringing you guys another video. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys my review of The 100 Season 5, Episode 7, Acceptable Losses. Now, if The 100 is something you're interested in, don't forget to subscribe down below and hit the bell icon. That way you don't miss any future videos or reviews on The 100 moving forward. Now, let's begin. So, we start this episode off with Clark and Monty, who end up in the pantry area, I guess you could call it, the farm area, I guess it is, in the bunker, and they discover that the Wanna Crew is harvesting these worms that we saw back in a few episodes ago in the desert. I think it was Shifting Sands, and I guess they're breeding them in the deceased bodies of the defectors. I don't really know how the science of that works, but it just my biggest con here with this scene is it just could be me. It doesn't seem realistic that this would actually work. However, I don't know the science behind it all, so this could work, but it just comes off as fake in my opinion. And you got that one defector who's still alive, and he's pretty much breeding them and stuff like that in his body. It just came off weird. Another cheap, again, imitation of the movie Alien, and it just doesn't seem possible that guy's still alive after being shot. So fake. I feel like these scenes here with them in the algae farm just did nothing for me, because I don't know, it felt like they didn't do enough job showing how this could actually realistically happen, that it just felt weak, and it fell flat for me. But then you got Clark and Bellamy, and they soon realize that Cooper is the one behind it all. And they go and decide to talk to Indra, and we learn that Indra in the time period, has become the head of Octavia's army, and she has not totally agreed with what Octavia has become, and doesn't agree with how she's leading. And I like how they added that division within Wanna Crew. How you got people like Cooper and Miller, who, as you can see, I don't know how they're showing with Miller, but I pretty much think Miller blindly follows Octavia's orders and does it like Cooper and does everything she says, where Indra doesn't totally. She just is there doing her job, probably just to survive. And I like how you got that dynamic playing out, and you got Indra who goes in there, kills that guy, the defector that's still alive, and then we find out that Octavia approved this, and their plan is to to infect one of the high-ranking guards of Wanna Crew, and send them in as a defector to infect the prisoners and everybody in Eden. So now this is something I really like. I like the idea of sending in a Trojan horse into the enemy's territory to pretty much infect them all and kill them off, so that way you don't have to kill all of them. That's a pretty cool war, battle tactic and war idea. We saw this earlier on in season 1 with Murphy's return, and I just really like how they did this again. My one con is I think this is a stupid idea on Octavia's part and Cooper's part. Now, we know they said that they won't survive in Eden for that long. However, I feel like there's not enough science there. First off, they most likely test them on their own plants in the algae farm, and those plants are different than the plants that are actually in the valley. So you could send the worms in there. They could then pretty much destroy the last place survivable on Earth. This is an idiotic plan, and I feel like I like what they're doing. However, I feel like whoever thought of this plan up in the writer's room needs to think about it a little bit more. I feel like they could have done something a little bit better, just not as so idiotic as this sounds, because this makes Octavia come off as stupid and a horrible leader. Now, yes, you could say she is making bad decisions, but she's still doing some good stuff at the same time as a leader, and this just makes her look extremely stupid. However, moving on from this idea, we go on to Octavia and the Maddie situation, as we see Maddie training under the guidance of Gaia, who is now training the young children to become warriors. I like how they gave her that job. It just seems so realistic, and you see that Gaia is kind of taking Maddie under her wing, coming a second surrogate mother to Maddie, similar to Clark. I wouldn't say she's 100% a surrogate mother, but similar in similar fashions as Clark, but not 100%. But I like how they had that relationship of Gaia and Maddie, and Gaia telling her, you know, you don't want to come off weak because it's obvious when you're, you know, be pretending to be weak. And I like how they had that how had that all play out in the end, where Gaia is watching her and everybody's watching her battle Ethan, and then she decides to show what she can really do and defeats Ethan in that little duel in the arena. I really like how they did that. And eventually that leads into the whole Maddie becoming Octavia's second in command. And I feel like this is mirroring, in a way, the whole Anya and Lexa kind of relationship in a way. And I wonder if they're gonna do something along that lines. However, I like how they ended it, where you got Maddie in the situation where she's close to Octavia, and I feel like this is more confirmation that Octavia is doing this whole keep your enemies closer type situation. I don't think she totally trusts Maddie. And I'm interested to see how it plays out in the future. And Clark doesn't like that Maddie's close to Octavia due to what Octavia's become. And God forbid if Maddie decides she wants to be Nightblood, Octavia pretty much can easily kill her. So I really like how Clark doesn't like that and goes out and radios Dioza and asks her what it would take for an unconditional surrender. And she says, you know, she asks her what it would take for them to share the valley, and Dioza says an unconditional surrender. And I like that. And Clark says that she'll take out Octavia. And now I know a lot of her are saying, oh, she can just take her out, remove her from leadership. That will work, but eventually her followers will, you know, break her out, and there'll be a whole nother rebellion, a whole bunch of new war between the defectors of WannaCrew and the old WannaCrew. And I feel like that's just bad storytelling. I feel like, I know I'm gonna probably get a lot of hate for this, but I feel like they need to kill Octavia off in this point in the story. I think it's the right decision, and I really hope they go that route and kill Octavia, and don't just have her being taken out as a leader and have Maddie being leader. I hope they go around the route of killing Octavia. As much as I love Octavia, and I know a lot of you out there do like Octavia, I think this would be the perfect time for her to go, and it would probably fit our storyline the best right now to have her die at this point in the story. Next, we got Abby and Kane's story. Now, I really like this story. However, I'm mixed on this, because on one part, I really like how they're having a drug addiction storyline in the story. However, the con I have, and it's a pretty big one, is we never see Abby actually addicted to anything. Whenever we see her, she's never like taking the meds, or she's never on the meds. And I feel like we should see her taking the meds or on the meds, doing a surgery while like high or something. I wish we saw that, but I guess they can't really do that. I don't know like the specifics behind that, but I really wish they did that. I feel like it'd be a little more realistic. But I really like how they use this to kind of show Kane and Abby's relationship, how it affects them, how it affects how Abby's working, and how it'll affect their future. Now, I always say I don't like shipping, I hate ships, but however, Abby and Kane, their relationship, since it's been dragged out, since they played around with it for a bit, is one I actually can get behind, and it actually feels genuine, and I actually like it. Whereas, I don't like the Bellamy and Clark relationship. Yes, it's been going on for a while. However, I don't see it. I see them more as best friends and allies, whereas I can see Kane and Abby more as a relationship and couple in the future moving forward. And I really like how they're using this whole drug addiction storyline. Just wish they gave us a little bit more and just added on a bit more of realism to the whole storyline instead of having it all go on off camera. I think it'd be a little bit more realistic if they had it going on camera. However, moving on, we then got the whole Echo stuff and Raven. Now, this is probably one of the best storylines I think they've done this episode, and I like how they had Echo's like interview with Dioza and the whole spy stuff. That was really good. And then you got Echo proving herself worthy after talking with Raven, and the whole incident with Shaw where they pretty much froze Shaw under the bus. And I really like how they did that again, pretty much squashing the Shaw-Raven relationship. And it's not because I want her with Murphy, it's just I don't like them or any relationship for Raven. I kind of want Raven to just never be happy. I know that's probably a horrible thing to say, but not everybody can be happy in the apocalypse. And I feel like when they end the show on a happy ending, where everybody's in a relationship, that's not like a realistic ending. And I just want all these people just to be friends in the end, or just like it's not realistic that everybody's gonna sit around like a campfire at the end and sing "Kumbaya" with their friends and significant others and children. It's not realistic. So I want Raven to not have a partner or relationship. But I really like what they did there, and Shaw's pretty much reduced to being with the defectors. I really like how they had that whole thing play out. But overall, I really did like what they did here between the two of them. It was good stuff, and I think it's good setup for a potential fallout maybe between Echo and Raven, since Raven didn't want to give up Shaw. So I'm interested to see how the whole Echo and Raven relationship goes on moving forward following the whole Shaw incident in this episode. Next, we got Monty and Jasper's suicide note. Now, I like that they gave Monty something to do. However, my biggest con here is the fact that Jasper's suicide note survived Prime Fire. Now, if you go back to episode 1, when Clark arrived at Arcadia, you saw all these people were pretty much burned, reduced to just bones, and there's nothing there. Everything's pretty much been destroyed. And the fact that his goggles and the suicide note survived and weren't like damaged or anything was probably the biggest con I had. One, I don't believe that the death wave would happen that way. But that's a discussion for another time. But I also hate the fact that they just threw out the realism just so Monty could have some development. They should have given him development in a different way. And this just really frustrated me that they just threw away realism, and the fact that letter survived. It just really frustrated me. I know a lot of people probably aren't going to care or think about it, but I just think from a storytelling standpoint, they should have done something a little bit different and just gave him some development in a different way other than the Jasper suicide note. I'm glad that they're addressing Jasper, but it just, again, felt a little weak and unrealistic. But leave your thoughts and opinions about it in the comment section down below. Now, last we got the big reveal that Diyoza is pregnant at the end of this episode. Now, I had a feeling they might do this, but I wasn't entirely sure due to the fact that we know from social media that the actress who played her was pregnant during the time of shooting for these episodes. I thought they might, but I wasn't totally sure, and I'm interested to see how they will play this out in the storyline. Will Abby and Kane, when Clark and them arrive, or warn them about this? Will they protect Diyoza and get her out of there? How will this play into a factor of her surviving the season? I really hope she does. She's probably one of my new favorite characters, even though she's built as an antagonist right now, even though I think Octavia's the big bad of the season. But I really hope they keep her around, and I'm interested to see how this will affect her character, how this will affect her leadership, and how it'll affect the story moving forward with her and her subordinates and the defectors, and how this will just unite some of the defectors and the prisoners, or will this my biggest question is, how will this affect the storyline? And that's my question to you. How do you think Diyoza's pregnancy will affect the storyline moving forward? So yeah, guys, that's my review of the 100 season 5 Episode 7, Acceptable Losses. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and share. And don't forget to subscribe down below and hit the bell icon. That way don't miss any future videos or reviews on the 100 moving forward. This has been Vision here with Blind Entertainment, and I will see you next time.